All right, everybody. Welcome back. This is 13.1. We're going to do Math 321. We're looking at some homework problems in 13.1. I'm going to do at least 1 and 5. Hopefully we'll get to 6. Question number 1 has got some bullshit going on. Like this is all a bunch of math stuff. Like, how does the fucking program do all the math? And unless you go through the view and example, you're not going to know. What they want you to do on this problem is to find the totals, you add these up vertically. So 482 plus 4360 is going to be 4842. And I'm going to add these up, and that's 27. Now that makes kind of sense because it says total. Total means add. That's fine. To find the mean squares, what we do is we divide, for this column right here, we divide these two things by these two things. So this will be 482 divided by 2. But we need to like write out what that is. That's going to end up being 241. So 241. This one is going to be 4360 divided by 25. I don't know what that is. And I don't want to do it in my head. I'm sure it ends in a point, I don't know, 4. But there's a lot of numbers there. Where is my calculator? 174.4? I knew it ended in a 0.4. Got that much done. And now to get this one, we need to divide that one by that one. So 241 divided by 174.4. I'm going to type it out on the screen so people can see it.
1.382.
1.382. That's rounded correctly to 3 decimal places.
Yeah.
All right. You are a great wingman if that's correct. Excellent. We just busted through that problem real quick. It's not clear. There's no reason for you to do this shit by hand. That's how you do that problem. Guess what? The computer does that shit when whatever it uses it for. Well, we know the F test. This is the test statistic. We know that one. That's one of the things we write down. 2, 3, and 4 are all examples of using ANOVA. And when we got time, we'll get back to it. I want to circle to number 5. Number 5 says researchers wanted to determine if the psychological profile of healthy children was different than for children suffering from recurrent abdominal pain or recurring headaches. A total of 210 children and adolescents were studied, and their psychological profiles were graded according to a child behavior checklist. Children were stratified into 2 age groups, 4 to 11 and 12 to 18. The results of the study are summarized in an accompanying table. Complete parts A through F. So, I'm going to write this down real quick. Control, N, mean, and variance. And this is 13.1, number 5. And we have the control group, we have the RAP group, and the headache group. And there is 70 in each. Sample means are 11.8, 9.1, 12.4. And my variants are 21.5, 13.1, and 8.4. And it wants us to find the sample standard deviation for each group. So, zoom out. So the way, and so part A is find standard deviation. Standard deviation is S. Variance is S squared. So if we want to get S and we have the variance, what we can do to get S is the square root of S squared. So my S for the control group should be the square root of 21.5, whatever that is. The standard deviation for RAP should be square root of 13.1. And the square root for the headache group is square root of 8.4. And they want 1 decimal place. Square root of 21.5. 4.6. These are to 1 decimal place. .6. Motherfuck, I keep hitting the buttons and they're not hitting. There you go, 2.9. So those will be what we enter. It's got parts A through F, so I don't know what else they're asking here. Fuck, I got Jan's chocolate in my head now. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Good job. Did you do a good job? Yes, you did, Mr. Jones. Nice work. It's so encouraging. What sampling method was used for each treatment group? Let's see. It says cluster sampling because it eliminates bias from the research. Okay, so what we got is they grouped them into groups based on what they were suffering from. It says they were stratified into 2 age groups. That's the only piece of information they really gave us. So maybe they want that. There we go. So it wants a 2 sample t-test for independent samples to determine if there's a significant difference in mean behavior scores between the control group and the RAP group. So right now we're only looking at 2 groups, the control group and the RAP group. And it wants to know if there's a difference, which says it isn't like 1 is greater than or less than. So it looks like we're looking at A, because H0 is always a statement of equality. And HA or H1, it says difference, not greater than or less than. And so we want the not equal to one. So we need to do StatCrunch. And I got my numbers written down, which is good. This is a little tricky because this is the ANOVA section, and this is not, they're not asking us to do an ANOVA test. They're asking us to do a T-stats test with 2 samples with summary. So the control group had a sample mean 11.8. We need to use the standard deviation that we calculated, which was 4.6, and the sample size was 70. Then the RAC group had a mean of 9.1 and a standard deviation of 3.6 and a sample size of 70. And we got H naught and HA set the way we want. So we got a T-stat and a p-value listed. I don't know, I think this is part B or C. And just write it down what we got. H naught was mu C equals mu R, and HA was mu C does not equal mu R. And so this is a 2 sample test. Means. And we got a T-stat. I don't know how many places they're going to ask, so I'll just write them all down here. 3.8673036. And I've got a p-value of 0.0002. 3.86. That's too bright. P-value rounded to 3 decimal places is 0. So there we're at, are we going to support HA or not? It doesn't really matter what alpha is. P-value is effectively 0. So the p-value is too low. So we're going to reject H naught. We're going to support HA, which means there's enough evidence to support or indicate that the mean behavior scores are different for the 2 groups. Okay, continue. They didn't give us an alpha. Oh yeah, they did. They said use alpha equals 0.5. All right, part D. Is it necessary to check the normality assumption to answer part C? No, it shouldn't be because they're large enough samples. And it's greater than 30 for each one. Ah. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah. Now for part E, they want us to do the ANOVA test. So the ANOVA test, H naught is all of them are equal. And HA is at least one is different. Right? And that's what they got listed for C. Back over here. Yeah. How do we do this by hand? Really? Wow. Okay, so X bar, this is fucking rude. They're putting in problems deliberately so you can't use fucking StatCrunch.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. You gotta do it by hand. I remember, which one was it? I think it was a certain chapter, not too long ago, that they, in like the first two sections made you do everything by hand. Just for the sake of doing everything by hand.
Okay, I'm writing down the formulas real quick. What assholes? This, and you know what? Normally I have this, like none of these problems are in here, but they forced me to update to this edition. And it was like the day before the fucking semester started, so I didn't go through every fucking homework problem and see if they do this. So we're doing it by hand here. Oh, no, it wants the full thing, 210 minus 3. And then F is MST over MSE. All right, I got the formulas that we need. Okay, so X bar is gonna be, what we need to do is we're gonna take, each of them have 70, and we're gonna multiply it by their individual means. So 70 times 11.8 plus 70 times 9.1 plus 70 times 12.4 all over the sum of the n, which is 70 plus 70 plus 70 is 210. So this top I can really do is 70 times 11.8 times 9.1 plus 12.4 over 210. This actually gets easier. So this is 1 over 3 times 11.8 plus 9.1 plus 12.4. Where is my trusty calculator? Now this is where I'm like, I want to grab the calculator. I did all the hard shit, and now I'm like, let's grab the calculator to add. 11.8 plus 9.1 plus 12.4 equals, and then answer divided by 3. 11.1. X bar is 11.1. All right, so SST is we're going to take each group's value and we're going to do 11.1 minus their mean. And we're going to square it. And then we're going to add that shit up. This is 0.7 squared is 0.49. 70 times 0.49. $34.3. 11.1 minus 9.1 is just 2. 70 times 2 is 140. And 11.1 times minus 12.4 is negative 1.3. Square that is 1.69. $118.3. 7, 8. I got to carry a 1. 8, 9, 292. $292.6. That's SST. So MST is that divided by 2. Uh, 146.3. All right, we're getting there. SSE is the summation of n minus 1. Is it n minus 1 or nk minus 1? Let me check. It's nk minus 1. So it's the sum of 69 times the variances. The variances were listed as 21.5 plus 13.1 plus 8.4. Motherfucker, 1. Type the number 3 times, and each time it miskeys a digit. I fucking hate this. I wish I brought my calculator. Damn, that adds up to 43 perfectly, then times 63. 2709. So that's SSE. So MSE is that divided by 210 minus 3 is divided by 207. MSE $13.08695652. And finally want F. F is MST, which was right here, 146.3, divided by that MSE. So 146.3 divided by 0.3 divided by answer. 11.1790697. Fuck you. It says it's incorrect. This is number 5. Number 5 is being a walking piece of shit.
Welcome to our struggle.
This is 13.1.
What's due this week?
I don't know.
Everything.
I'm probably gonna change the dates over Thanksgiving and give you all time to,
Oh, good. Wait, what?
probably gonna change the dates over Thanksgiving to give you guys more time.
I'm really on 11. I just finished 11. What's next? 12 or 13?
I think this.
I know you know the order of the numbers. What do you think comes after 11?
I thought you said we didn't have a 12. Well, there is 12.
Oh,
Yeah,
And you're already on 13?
we did 12.2, we did 13.1, today we're doing 12.1. Today's the last section.
You got my damn M&Ms or what?
Do I look like I have M&Ms? Fucking push.
That's all I have.
All right, so. Well. This is what we're doing, so fuck it. Let's just make sure I did everything right. 70 times 11.8. I took a shorthand up above and used math steps. And I guess if I fucked up any of those math steps, this is all gonna be wrong. Did I do SSE? Yeah, I did it down here. Well, I'm gonna check my shit again. Because that's what grown-ups do. They don't just sit here and throw a fucking tantrum. I want to,
But I don't.
but I'm not. Motherfucker!
Oh, 13.
I got 11.3 here. That's because I fucked up my equation up here. That's 9.1. No, so it is 11.1. Okay, that's correct. Then SST we did here. So 70 times parentheses answer minus 11.8 squared plus 70 times parentheses. Answer minus 9.1 squared plus 70 times parentheses. Answer minus 12.4 squared. Make sure I got the right formula here. Oh, yeah, this is 280. I didn't square it is 4. I did that shit in my head. That was my bad. That's 280. That changes this to 432.6. Okay. MST is that divided by 2. So MST is 216.3. That comes down here where that's this thing, 216.3. Let's see if that works. 216.3. I just fucking deleted everything on my screen, so I hope it was all right. Divided by MSE, which was 13.08695652. I'm getting 16.528. Oh, you can burn in hell. All right, let's check this step here. I have SSE is 70 times the variance. Nope, 69 times the variance. $69 times 21.5 plus 69 times 13.1 plus 69 times 8.4. That's 2967. So 2967 divided by 207. I did a lot of calculator fails. This is what happens when you don't bring your good calculator. I'm stuck using the fucking Make-A-Wish calculator. 14.33333333. All right, so F is 216.3 over 14.3333333333. Keeps going. I'm just going to do 216.3 divided by answer. And now I'm getting F is 15.091. Fuck you, StatCrunch. Got you. It's a pain in the ass. Don't do this problem. Don't do number 5.
Don't do it.
Don't do number 5. This is not worth your time. Are you gonna learn anything from this? No, you're not. You're gonna learn how much statistics fucking sucks. This is not helpful. You would not do this shit by hand.
Like, is that a free one or just?
It's a free one. Don't do it. I'll give credit for it.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not finding the p-value by hand. You guys can go fuck yourselves. I'm going on to the next question. What are the requirements to perform a one-way ANOVA? Case samples should be independent. So sample size does not need to be the same. Sample means do not need to be equal. The population should be normally distributed. There should be one or k simple random samples, one from each population. Oh, I wonder if G is their way of saying the other one. They're supposed to have the same variance, but there's no reason to assume that. Matt? Is the one-way ANOVA test robust? Here's another fucking shitty question. Robust. What the fuck does robust mean in terms of fucking test? I don't know. Let's see. No small departures from the normality requirements significantly affect the results. No outliers in the data significantly affect the results.
That's
Right, but that has nothing to do with the fucking, I know what robust means.
okay.
It has nothing to do with the fucking statistics test. I'm guessing small departures from the normality requirement significantly affect the results. For a procedure to be robust, it must be accurate despite minor departures from normality. Note that neither the sample mean nor sample standard deviation are resistant to outliers. So outliers. What? Oh, that was just a one-shot fucking pony. Fuck that question too. In fact, 13.1,
Let's skip it.
13.0, do two questions 2, 3, and 4. Those should,
2, 3, and 4 only?
yeah. I think. I'm betting this one's fucking off too. There's another sneaky one. They did the fucking math for us. They gave us a p-value. The p-value is less than alpha. So the p-value is too low. We reject the hoe, which means we support HA. Did they really do the work for us? Feels like cheating. They did the work for us. Do these box plots support the answers? Yeah, because they're all boxes are all near each other, overlapping each other. At least the range is. It's not that wide apart. I'm gonna say yes. Really? Okay, then they're gonna say spring disc is further out. At least one of them is significantly different. Oh, there's a D? Could we fucking show all the parts on the screen at once? Fuck. I even scrolled down, it doesn't show everything. All right, fuck off number 2. This one just got a bunch of shit we don't need. Is any of these fucking, is anything in chapter 13 any good? Did you just flat out fuck us? All right, let's try 13, number 2. Question number 3. Question number 3. The means are equal and at least one mean is different would be B. The Hawaii Safety Institute conducts experiments in which cars are crashed into a fixed barrier at 40 miles per hour. In the Institute's 40 mile per hour offset test, 40% of the total width of each vehicle strikes a barrier on the driver's side. The barrier's deformable face is made of aluminum honeycomb, which makes the forces in the test similar to those involved in a frontal offset crash between two vehicles of the same weight, each going just less than 40 miles per hour. You are in the market to buy a family car, and you want to know if the mean head injury resulting from the offset is the same for large family cars, passenger vans, and mid-sized utility vehicles. I'm assuming those don't have overlap. And I think it said they're normally distributed. So yes, the requirements are met. Yeah, they have data, so this is one you can do. So to do it, we're going to load this into StatCrunch. We're going to do stats, ANOVA, one way, select all 3, and we're just going to click compute. This is what they had us calculating for fucking 30 fucking minutes by hand. And that's only because I'm comfortable with the formula and really comfortable with mathematics. So it took me 30 minutes. I'm guessing it's going to take everybody else even longer than that. What are we looking here for? P-value or F-stat? They want F-stat. F-stat to 3 decimal places. It's pretty low. And a p-value. I'm guessing they want 3 decimal places here. So 0.681. That's definitely higher than alpha. So the p-value is not too low. We do not reject H0. There is not enough evidence.
It says 4 decimals. On the bottom.
What?
It says 4 decimals.
You motherfucker. You're right. It says it below it. Good catch. I was gonna be mad and shit. So we cannot wait. We cannot reject the null hypothesis. We cannot support HA. Draw box plots. Okay. I can do that. Let's do them horizontally. Let's take a pretty picture. Look at that, they're all overlapping. Oh, they're gonna say, find the one that looks like this. This is probably gonna be fun. All right. So, oh, they changed the order of them. Which one do I have on top? I have SUV on top, passenger van, then car. SUV is small box on the left. So it's one of these two. How do vans and cars relate on my picture? Vans are to the right. Vans are to the right. This is the one where the vans are to the right. That seemed like a fucking weird thing to just add there at the end. Like, here, you did the test, now just do a box plot for fun. Let's keep you busy. All right, that's it for that one. We'll take a break. Wait for class to start.
So which ones do we do?